Well, hello. Good Sunday to all of you. My name is Jared Fuller. Today is Sunday, May 17, 2020. Now I can say this week, joining me off camera, is Dad and Amy. So they're not sleeping this week. The phone woke Amy up because her brother called, and then Dad woke up shortly thereafter. So now I actually have people on the off screen who are going to assist me this week in the Sunday video update. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Dad's doing well. Amy's doing well. How am I doing? I'm doing A-OK, super splendid, fantastic, and every other synonym that could best fit the blank. That would replace that word, or those words.
The only thing I'm going to say is sorry if everybody has allergies, because it's killing me.
It is allergy season. Allergy season is in full swing.
That makes Amy sound like a man.
Yeah. Making Amy sound like a man.
Yeah.
But isn't that every day? Isn't that even when you're not sick? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, my bad.
What the hell are they going to do with the corona? With the
We'll get to that.
Good.
What's that now?
Good morning, Jared.
Oh.
You use cow blood to try to fight that coronavirus.
Oh, they're going to use cow blood to try to fight the coronavirus.
I'm going to say, morning, Jared.
And speaking of that, coronavirus, I hope you've all been doing well, staying safe and healthy, and continuing to, make sure that you are staying protected and that you're protecting other people. And how the hell did I know that the dogs needed to go outside the minute I started recording? Because this is like an everyday routine, or an every week routine, I should say, because I don't do videos every day. But every week, without fail, the dogs need to go outside right in the middle of a recording. And Amy's running out. I don't know where she's going. Where are you going? You're going in the bedroom?
I'll get coffee.
Oh, I can't see because I don't have my glasses on.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you figured that.
No, I can't see because didn't have my glasses on. But see, yes, folks, I do naturally daily wear glasses. I don't like to wear them when I'm on camera because, I usually don't read anything when I'm on camera, and these are basically just, because I'm nearsighted, so I have to wear glasses to see out. So, I know I'm on camera, I know I'm being watched, but I'm really not reading anything. The only time I actually ever wear my glasses on camera, like I said, is when I'm reading something, but there's nothing in front of me to read, so I don't need to wear them. Although it might not be the healthiest thing for my eyes because my eyesight is very weak. Man, I can't talk today. Voice is crackly. My eyesight is weak. It's always been weak. So that's why I wear glasses. Naturally.
Yeah. Changing, whether Jared's voice is changing.
Yeah. Well, my voice is crackly all the time. I just woke up about an hour and a half ago. And I'm, still drinking down some coffee. I made a pot before I hit the record button. So how was your week, Dad?
Oh, good. Good. I won yesterday, and
Yeah.
you done something, and me and Amy did something. And
Yeah, we got out for a little bit.
good.
It felt good to get out and to get some fresh air and to see things again for a little while.
People are rude, though.
Oh, yes, very rude. So last week was Mother's Day. Last Sunday was Mother's Day. We went to some grave sites of my grandparents. We went to his mom's grave, my grandma Charlene's grave. We went to Grandma Beulah's grave. We went to, and Beulah would be my mom's mom. And we went to Martha's grave, my grandma Martha, which is a stepmom. And it was kind of an emotional day, but it all panned out well. Dad bought some Hold on a minute.
I don't know, but it is.
Well, Dad bought some artificial flower. I can hear him talking. You could probably hear them off camera. We got some artificial roses, and we put one on each of the graves. My Grandma Charlene, my Grandma Beulah, and Grandma Martha. And it was kind of an emotional day. And we went to Alma, where her mom used to live. She passed away in the house where she lived at, so we went by there and we kind of, just to reminisce. It was an emotional day, but then at the end, it got better. Like we had a good day.
Yeah.
So Mother's Day, it's just like Father's Day. We celebrate motherhood and fatherhood, but at the same time, it's like it has an opposite effect of the express purpose of it. Like we celebrate it, but yet at the same time, if our moms and dads aren't with us anymore, that becomes depressing. And it's depressing for, I know many of my friends, and it was depressing for us for a short time. Well, maybe it still is.
And yesterday
But,
we went to
you know.
Maxine's and had a good time.
And they went to her stepmom's grave, Maxine. She's
We had a good
out
time.
by Maple Rapids.
And we went fishing.
Yep, then we went
Then you went fishing.
in the creeks.
And that's part of life and living is, so you have good moments, you have not so good moments.
Huh?
But life goes on, as they say. We did have a couple of big named celebrities who passed away this past week. Fred Willard, he was a comedic actor. He was on Everybody Loves Raymond. He was on Roseanne, the original run of Roseanne. Fred Willard was 86, and we lost Jerry Stiller. He was the father on The King of Queens. He was also on Seinfeld. He was 92. He was married to Ann Mira, and he was Ben Stiller's dad. So we're losing a lot of big names, and the week before that we lost Little Richard, which was a big loss to rock and roll music. He was like he was one of the greats, and we're losing a lot of people, a lot of big name people that we've known for years, and they've became household names and staples to so many people.
Back in the day.
Yeah. Matter of fact, last night I was watching an old game show called Tattletales, hosted by Bert Convy. You would remember Tattletales, Dad.
Yeah.
They're not paying attention.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I remember Tattletale.
Tattletales was a game show back in the day. It was hosted by Bert Convy, and Jerry Stiller and his wife Ann Mira were on there.
Yeah.
They were on the episode that they aired last night. And Dick Gautier was on there. Elaine Joyce and Bobby Van were on there. There's a lot of big names on Tattletales, which I think is a pretty cool show. It's a pretty cool game show. I like it. And what was funny was before Tattletales, I was watching Super Password, which was also hosted by Bert Convy. But Pat Sajak was on there, a very young Pat Sajak. He had his dark hair. It was kind of combed to the side. And it was a different Pat Sajak from, of course, obviously now, because, everybody gets older, it happens. But it was just it was interesting to see Pat Sajak, the host of a popular game show, being a contestant on a popular game show. But, it's the same, with, like Family Feud. Richard Dawson was the host of Family Feud before Ray Combs took over, but he was also a panelist on the Match Game back in the 70s. So, and Johnny Olson was the host of Match Game, and he was also the person who coined the phrase "come on down" on The Price is Right, because Johnny Olson was the announcer for The Price is Right back in the 70s. Gene Rayburn was a host of Match Game. See, it all ties in.
Which is weird that Ben
Stiller.
is, or no, who's that? That other guy that does the, for Price is Right.
Bob Barker? Drew Carey.
Sandler's the
Adam Sandler is an executive producer of The Price is Right.
Right.
But
Weird.
what I'm talking about, I'm talking about the people who were they're game show hosts, but they were also panelists and contestants on other game shows, like Alan Ludden, which is Betty White's late husband. He was a panelist on Match Game a few times, but he was also the host of Password.
Yeah.
And Betty White was a contestant on Password, and her husband was hosting the episodes that she was on. It's all, it all comes together full circle. But it's kind of interesting.
Famous people.
Yeah. You were saying, you're itching to say something. I can smell the wood burning.
Yes, I want to go back to visiting the cemeteries.
Okay.
I never realized how close everybody passed away in my family that year.
Yeah.
I got a grandma who passed away in 2010.
Yeah.
No, 2011.
10.
Your mom passed away in 2010, right?
13 and 14.
Yeah.
So it was 10, 12, 14. That's how close it was.
Yeah.
10, 12, 14.
And then you got Maxine.
Not COVID. Seasonal allergies. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. But yeah, your mom passed away in 2010. Your grandma passed away in 2011, you said?
Give me a minute.
No. The grandma. That's when.
I was listening, I just had a sneeze coming. And
Okay. My stepmom Maxine
Died in 14.
died in December 12th, 2014.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Then
And mom
Grandma Gossett
died in 10.
died in 59.
She died in 59?
No, Amy. No.
You,
Oh, wait. 91.
okay. Dog wants in.
Yeah, they do.
I'm working on it.
But anyway,
My mom died 2010.
yeah, they all passed away close together.
2 years apart, Amy.
And then Grandma Bradley passed away in 2012. So it was, see what I mean? 10, 12,
14.
14.
Like every 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 years apart between the mothers.
Well, when we went to Grandma Charlene's grave over in Brant, and Grandpa Bill's, by the way, it was interesting because Grandpa Bill, which he was my dad's stepdad, Bill, he was born in 31. His mom was born in 41. Grandma Charlene died in 96. Grandpa Bill died in 97.
That's weird.
And they were married on October 4th, 1979.
But that was an accident that.
Yeah, Grandma passed away from an accident, but it's just really, I don't. It's you can't predict things like that. You can't,
It's a tragic.
Well, I mean, how it all comes together. Like, my grandpa and grandma were 10 years apart. Bill and Charlene were 10 years apart, and then Grandma was killed in 96, and then Grandpa Bill died a year later. And Grandpa Bill served in the Korean War, so he was a Korean War vet.
He was a veteran.
Yeah.
21 gun salute.
I don't know. Did they do the 21? I don't remember them doing a 21 gun salute for Grandpa.
They did.
I don't remember that
They got a flag and
because I was at his funeral. I went to his funeral,
they
but
got the flag and stuff, dude.
yeah.
So yeah, they usually do the 21 gun salute.
Yeah, I don't. It's been so long ago.
Matter of fact, they just did the 21 gun salute at one of the police stations for an officer that died.
But anyway, enough talk about death because it's depressing.
Yeah, but did you know there were 2 people that died from the coronavirus in Chesaning?
I heard there were 18 cases in Chesaning alone.
And I didn't know that.
That's what I heard. I don't know how accurate or how true it is. I'd have to check my sources, but I heard there were at least 18 cases in Chesaning alone.
It was in the
Why did that?
Tri-Citizen, I mean.
Tri-County
Did
said
they
it.
do that on TV or
I didn't hear it on TV.
No.
paper?
It had to have been in the paper where I saw it.
Yeah,
But
that's where it is. It
yeah.
was in the paper.
there's 18 cases in Chesaning alone, and that was according to the Saginaw County Health Department. Because, you know, they have to keep up on all that stuff. They have to know statistics, how many were, you know, how many were diagnosed, how many recovered, how many passed. You know, they would have to have all that information on record. They have to keep up on the statistics of that. But I'm going to use this time to kind of divert attention away from COVID because that's all we ever hear about. My friend who goes by the initial T celebrates the 33rd birthday today. I don't know if she watches my videos, but much love and happy birthday to you, T. She lives in Texas, in the Houston area. So happy birthday from Michigan and a Pepsi-Cola drinking dude.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, happy birthday to you. And by the way, she is a mom of a cancer warrior, and we text each other every so often, which is nice. So, yeah, happy birthday. So, last week, and I kind of got into a heated discussion with somebody about this, and I'm going to bring it up anyway. Last week, they had another protest at Capitol Building in Lansing, and because we know that they're protesting the stay-at-home order that was imposed by our governor, people were showing up with guns, AR-15s. Now,
Guns got to do with it.
now,
And they got Mankey, Carl Mankey.
well, I'll get to that in a minute. But here's the scenario with that. First of all, it's not a gun rights issue. There's no need to take guns when you're protesting staying home. It has no relevance to staying home. The governor is not taking away your rights. I've given this a lot of thought. She's not taking away your rights. What's happening is people who feel inconvenienced by an order that is supposed to protect everybody and keep everybody safe is being misconstrued as, she take my rights away. She took my ball away. I threw my ball over the fence, or she threw our ball over the fence, and now we have to try to get it back. Listen, I'm a firm supporter of the Constitution of the United States. I can only hope that people uphold our rights, and they're my rights, they're her rights, they're his rights, they're your rights. Absolutely, everybody has rights in this country.
Do it for the right reason, not the wrong.
But you don't have to instill fear into someone who's in a position of power. You're not going to please everybody, okay? You're not. This is why I would never want to be a governor or a president or anybody who's in power in government. I wouldn't want that burden to carry because you're never going to make everybody happy. You're not going to please everybody. That's why there's the Democratic Party. That's why there's a Republican Party, because there's differing views. We are now in a day and age where people are spoiled fucking rotten. They cannot accept that a person thinks and feels differently than they do, without name calling, without showing your guns and engaging in fistfights. I mean, they had a Barbie doll strung up, and Amy was telling me this. They had a Barbie doll strung up. They called it Gretchen Whitmer.
I seen that.
I mean, that's, you know, the whole point of a protest demonstration is to keep it a peaceful and civil demonstration.
Talk about it.
Then there was a woman that stole the flag.
Yeah.
Or stole this, flag out of this thing that he had it in.
Mm-hmm.
And ran off with it. And that started a riot.
And there were fistfights on the lawn of Capitol Building.
The one time they even brought in militia, was it?
It's not a gun rights issue, guys. It's not a gun rights issue. The governor, because I'm going to point this out to you. Okay? Let's say this pandemic had grown out of epic proportion, where it was out of the control of human beings. We have control over it. If it got to the point where it was out of our control, those same people, I can almost guarantee, those same people would be whining and bitching and belly aching because, gee, where's our government at when all this is going on? Why isn't our government protecting us from this? Well, now they are. They're being proactive. They're not trying to suppress your rights. They're not trying to take your rights away. They're not trying to, they're not, I don't see this as tyranny. A governor who's trying to protect you and because it's your life. If you don't have life, you don't have rights anyway. If you're dead, you have no rights. I mean, it's a very slippery slope, and I could be wrong, but those are just my feelings. Those are just my opinions. Keep your fan mail and hate mail at home. I don't need emails and hate mail about how wrong I am or how blind I am or how much of a government puppet I am, which I've been accused of all week long because I just so happen to have differing views from other people. The guns were fucking unnecessary. There's no reason to take an AR-15 to a protest demonstration that has nothing to do with guns. We're talking about a pandemic. We're talking about people who are pissed off because they had to stay home, and the irony of all that is they went out anyway.
Has nothing to do with the NRA.
You guys got what you wanted anyway. You're still going out. You went to a gathering place, which so happened to be Capitol building. You weren't wearing masks. You weren't staying 6 feet apart. So what are you whining about? What's your fucking problem? You got what you wanted. However, this could result in the stay-at-home order going beyond May 28th, which is our new, reopening time when the businesses and people can start going out little by little at a time in small, quantities. Because now what I heard, and I would have to check my sources, I heard that Governor Whitmer says that after that we can have groups, but no more than 10. At a gathering. Well, that's not going to work. But anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox on that because, guys, she's not taking your rights away. She's not. The fact that you're down there protesting, which you're allowed to do, the Constitution grants us freedom of speech, you've done that. You still have your rights. She did not tell you that you cannot voice your opinion. What she's saying is if you want, we don't want this COVID stuff anymore. We want for things to go back to normal or semi-normal. Because they're never going to be the way they were. Not exactly or specifically. But we are in the midst of a global pandemic. This doesn't just affect a certain portion of people. It doesn't affect a certain subjugated demographic of people. This affects everybody on the fucking planet. And if we follow the rules and, to the best of our ability, because I know a lot of people can't breathe in the mask. I have trouble breathing in the masks. Dad has trouble. Dad has COPD. Amy can't breathe in them. I can't breathe in them. I'm going to show you. This is a mask that my cousin made for me. And thank you, Kendra, for making the mask. You know what I did? And this might sound crazy to most people. But we have, we keep that Glade potpourri spray around. I sprayed the inside of it. I held it back from a distance. I sprayed it. And I shook it out, let it dry. And then I put it on. So it's easier to breathe. Because it smells good. So I can still breathe. And it smells like Glade potpourri, So that might help. But I wear it for other people's protection, not really my own. I think that's the point. But there was mention last week about the tear ducts in your eyes.
Yeah.
That-
I died from it.
Yeah, it can still get in your eyes. It can get in
I
your.
kept saying that.
Yeah, Dad said that even before
Yeah,
before they even discovered it. Dad says, "Well, what about your tear ducts? Because that's an opening right there."
yeah.
So, guys, just it'll be over soon. This isn't going to go on for very long. At least I don't think. I could be wrong,
And if it is,
but I hope I'm not. But
As
And
far
if
as
it
we
is-
know, we got 4
but
rounds of it.
but if it does, enjoy that money that they send you.
yeah, the stimulus money. Yeah,
If you don't get it, you will.
I'm sure everybody's gotten it by now.
No, they still got some out there that haven't got the stimuluses yet.
The stimuli.
But they give you a deadline too.
And you know, I like I said, I'm open to being wrong about my thoughts, but no one's violating your rights. No one, because if that were the case, there. And by the way, with a protest, there's always police presence.
It has nothing to do with the NRA, National Rifle
Yeah,
Association.
it has nothing to do with.
that.
It has nothing to do with gun rights. It's not even specifically the NRA. It's not a gun rights issue. It's not.
Not the right to bear arms.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with what's going on. They took the guns to instill fear and intimidation into the governor.
I really don't think it worked.
It didn't work because at the end of the day, she's going to have the final word. And now they're debating as to whether or not it's legal to take guns into the Capitol,
It's not legal.
which I didn't think it was legal because it's a government building.
Yeah, you can't take
That's a weapon. It's a firearm.
You can't take it in the welfare office. You can't take it in the police station.
You can't take it in the Social Security office. It's posted right on the door. No weapons or cell phones allowed.
And that's the state capitol. That's the state building.
Mm-hmm.
Can't take them in school because the state owns the schools. Well, you know,
Yeah, I don't dabble in politics much, but
kind of odd.
I do understand that, you know, you have a right, like the open carry, you know, and I'm sure that'll be brought up. People are going to listen to this saying, Jared, you dumb fuck. We have open carry. We have a permit that allows us to carry. However, you're going into a government facility. Now there are some states that actually allow this, like because you have the permit or whatever, the open carry permit where you can carry your gun, even if it is a government building, and maybe that is the case.
Pistols.
Yeah, a Glock,
Rifles.
not an AR-15 assault rifle. Now a Glock, yeah, you know, I'm sure I know in most states they allow it. I don't know what do you hunt with an AR, or what do you do with an AR-15? Like
Myself,
I don't understand what purpose does an AR-15 serve?
myself, Jared, the issue is that people carry guns on them.
Yeah,
What good is it to carry guns on you? What, to make you look bad?
like a Johnny Barney badass.
Yeah, but what are you going to shoot? You shoot somebody with that gun, you're going to prison. Why carry it?
You so much as point a gun at somebody, that's a felony. It's attempted murder.
Exactly.
And that was something that that I had a heated discussion with last week. Well, it's a scare tactic, carrying a gun. Well, it's only a scare tactic if they point it at somebody. No, you're fucking wrong. If you point a gun at somebody, it goes beyond a scare tactic. That's a felony. That's called attempted murder. And you can go to jail for that. Just because they don't point a gun at you doesn't mean that they're intimidating people. There was no reason for the guns. There was no reason for the guns. You didn't have to be armed. We're not talking about gun rights. We're talking about people who are pissed because they're being told to stay home, but yet they're venturing out anyway. Which, I don't understand it, guys. I really don't understand it. That's why I don't dabble in politics, because this could go on and on and on and on and on and on. And I don't know. It's all a mess to me. I don't know what guns have to do with COVID, but this is America after all, and stranger things have happened in this country. I don't get the logic behind any of it.
Same way with the mask. I don't understand what the mask got to do with it, turning in your eyes.
I don't understand, like, well, the one thing I'm still trying to understand is, like, if you're wearing a mask, it's covering your mouth and your nose, but you still have to stay 6 feet away. Well, if I sneeze or cough in the mask, it's not going any further than the mask. So what does the 6 feet have to do with anything? Because if you're wearing a mask, it's not going to travel outside of the mask.
And people, too, that go into the stores, they're wearing masks but no gloves. And they're touching them.
Well, the gloves are pointless. And that's been proven because you're touching. You still have to touch the gloves to put the gloves on.
Yeah.
And then you're touching other things. And then you're touching other things and so on and so forth.
I've done it.
So I don't know. I don't know. I'm still trying to sort everything out. I don't get it.
I swear, 'cause I get a headache every time
I get a fucking migraine every time I try to figure out the logic or what's going on behind all
But
this.
I did talk to Doug yesterday about that corona, Jared.
Mm-hmm.
You're a tear doctor, and Doug said the same thing.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, what's the mask got to do with there? You're still getting it in your eyes. The guy wears goggles, and they're still went into his eyes.
Yeah.
So it's really pointless to wear the gloves and the mask, because it's still going to get you. Still
Yeah,
going to get you.
yeah, Doug stayed a little ways away from the vehicle, but
I mean, and I understand, like, surgeons wear masks all the time.
Right.
But they have to.
Yeah.
They have to because you're cutting somebody open. You got to wear a mask.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not cutting anybody open, you know.
Okay, why do people wear masks if say somebody dies? Well, they don't want to smell that, and there's probably
Yeah.
a smell to it.
Yeah. I mean, when you cut somebody open, there's a smell
Yeah.
because it's your insides, you know. But anyway, enough of that. But I don't know. Maybe someone else has a better understanding than I do, and I'm always open to learning something. And you know, being a childhood cancer survivor, yes, I understand germs and how germs travel. And myself, I have a very weak immune system. I get sick easily. I catch, you know, we have pollen out here in the country, and I have seasonal allergies, and the pollen fucks with me every time.
We live in an old house too, and we got dust.
Yeah, and so, you know, I'm very susceptible to catching colds and things. That's why when I go up to my cousin's house, if the kids so much as have a cough or runny nose, I try to maintain my distance, but germs are everywhere, so, you know, not saying that I blame them for making me sick. It's a choice that I made to go visit them, so.
I don't understand why she didn't let it to where family can gather.
Oh, Whitmer.
Yeah, but not friends and family.
Well, what if I consider friends my family?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's...
Then we run into another issue.
Yeah.
It's all a mess. And like the stimulus checks, they were talking about sending out $2,000.
Talk at the end of this month.
They're talking about a lot of things. I mean, I just heard that they shut down a splash park in Saginaw
Yeah.
indefinitely until all this shit clears over. A splash park, a water park.
Oh, yeah.
They closed it down in Saginaw till all this shit clears up, and they closed it down indefinitely.
With the weather being the way it is, who knows why?
What's it-
By winter.
You know, and
What's the sense of taking the kids to the park to play on the playground equipment when they got caution tape all around it?
Yeah.
well, my thing is that, and this is one of my concerns, is because here in Michigan we have very brutally hot summers. How are these kids going to stay cool? I understand you might have central air, you might have air conditioning, you might have a kiddie pool, you might have an in-ground pool. Okay, fine. But the if you don't have any of those things, and you generally just pack the car and take the kids, you know, to the park or whatever, how are they going to stay cool? You know, and you know there's all kinds of money that's being lost with this pandemic. You know that people are losing money, and Amy had mentioned Carl Mankey, who's a barber in Owasso. He's had a barber shop there.
59 years.
Yeah, for many, many years. And the state stepped in, took his license because he was refusing to comply with Governor Whitmer's orders. And they wanted to, first of all, they wanted to fine him $500 per day, every day he was open. And there were picketers and protesters outside of Carl Mankey's. And it made the headlines, like the Washington Post. They picked up on that story.
Militia was there.
Yeah, the Michigan militia was there. He says, you know, I try, because this is a situation with Carl Mankey. I don't know if you people heard about this or not, but Carl Mankey has been a barber since he was 18 years old. He owns the barbershop in Owasso, right on M21. It's across the street from Wendy's. He's been in business for many, many, many years. He tried to apply for unemployment on 3 different occasions, and every single time they denied him.
So what's a man going to do?
So, because they denied him unemployment, he says, I got to make money. I have bills that need paid. I got to get groceries. It's the only way I can earn a living. That's the only way I'm making money. Well, the police showed up, and then eventually LARA, which is Licensing and Regulatory Affairs, they just stripped his license.
Yeah, pulled his license.
So now he's shut down.
Now what? Now how you make money?
So
They got one more court hearing on that, and that's toward
Get his license.
because didn't the Shiawassee County prosecutor get involved with this? Like didn't they try to?
they tried stopping it.
Yeah.
But the police won't even
But-
get involved.
Yeah, the police won't get involved in it,
They're not getting involved in it.
but they're trying to take it to
Supreme Court.
Lansing.
To the Michigan Supreme Court.
Yes.
Higher court, Supreme.
Yeah, the Michigan Supreme Court, which I've been in that room. I've been in that lobby, by the way, when I visited Capitol building back in February. But go ahead.
Mankey's got a darn good lawyer,
Yeah, bet he does.
you know, and it's really weird. They got it to where it passed to where he could work in his business,
Yeah.
and then she wants to go and stop his business due to the quarantine.
Yeah, the corona, you know,
It's a battle between the county and
in the state.
the state.
See, what people doesn't understand is he could put up a sign on his business saying, haircuts by donations,
Yeah, because he can accept donations.
free haircut. If you like to leave a donation, fine. You know, everybody would give him money.
Yeah, he can accept donations.
Everybody
But,
would actually give him the price that he charges for haircuts, but they don't know that. See? And it could be free. He could say, I'm doing it for my town.
yeah,
I'm doing it for my town. I love my people in my town.
he.
People were even coming out of state.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were coming from Oklahoma, I heard, or Missouri or somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a big man, big name in that town.
Yeah, and the story, as I pointed out, had made, the Washington Post, which is a major newspaper.
Yeah.
The Washington Post in little old Owasso, Michigan,
Yeah.
I don't know. It is a mess. It is a conglomeration of messes after messes after messes. Carl, I don't know if you watch my videos, buddy, but I hope you land on your feet again. You've been in business for almost 60 years.
Going on, what, 77 now?
Yeah, I hope you land on your feet. And he doesn't even know these videos exist. He doesn't even know the channel exists, but I'm going to say it anyway.
We're all in with it.
I hope you land on your feet.
We're all with him.
you know. And again, like I said with Whitmer, you know, she's doing this for everybody's good, or at least she's trying to, but she did take it a little too far on some things. I will say there were some things she overstepped her boundaries. But overall, I think she's just trying to make our health a priority, which I can respect that. But to an extent, you know, like with the stay-at-home order, okay, you know.
And it's not like Mankey was not wearing a mask.
Yeah, he was wearing a mask. He had the disinfectant wipes.
Yeah.
He had everything he needed to keep his business clean and as sterilized as possible. And they still shut him down.
But in the same sense, what makes Randy better than us not wearing that mask when she's on TV from that other person?
That's true.
beside her?
That's true. And they're not 6 feet apart.
They did it
Exactly.
once where they were wearing their masks, and ever since you ain't seen it
You ain't
yet.
seen her wear a mask. So what
You know,
makes her
it wouldn't,
better than us?
and it
What
wouldn't,
was it?
and it wouldn't be a problem. It would not be a problem for the sign language interpreter to wear a fucking mask.
Yeah.
Because you're not speaking, but you can still cough and sneeze. You're using sign language, which I'm not trying to caricature that at all by doing the little spirit fingers thing there. But you're not, you know, you can wear a mask. And right mid-sentence, he's got to fuck with the dogs.
We got one
Yeah,
down.
she'll talk.
We got one down here trying to get into the cat bed.
And she's, yeah, just like President Trump. You don't wear a mask when he's in the White House.
Yeah.
He ain't-
I heard his what do you call it? His valet parking driver
Yeah.
had tested for COVID,
In the
and
West Wing.
he's been around Trump.
Yep. In the West Wing, they got it. That's why they got it. Them quarantine in the West Wing of the White House.
I don't understand any of this crap anymore. It's an amalgamation of bullshit, and I'm just sick of hearing about it.
Why you bring that up here? What about that thing that we heard on the computer by that one person that had that?
That I don't know how true that is. I honestly don't know. And Dad is talking about Amazon Alexa.
Yeah.
There was a video. Someone asked Alexa where the coronavirus come from. Excuse me. And Alexa mentioned something about the government set up. I don't know how true it is. I don't want to get into that because I don't know how accurate that is. That could have been, you know. I don't know how people do it, but anyway, I'm tired of all this shit. I want it to end just as much as you people do, just as much as these guys do.
Everybody wants to get out and see.
I want it to go away, but we're not going to get to the end until we start taking this seriously. We have to start taking this seriously. And there's no two ways about it.
She keeps talking about opening, you know, like your smaller business,
Right?
but it hasn't happened yet.
And, you know, speaking of health, and I wanted to definitely make sure I put this out there. Today is May 17th, which means that today is national. Actually, it's not even national, I don't think, because not every state is picking up on this. Michigan is following this. Today is DIPG Awareness Day, and for those of you who don't know what DIPG is, it's diffuse intrinsic pontine glioma. It is an incurable brain cancer. There's no survival rate, 0% chance of that, of the survival rate. And today is the day where we raise awareness to DIPG. I've lost a lot of wonderful friends to DIPG. My friend's son had passed away as a result of DIPG. And, you know, May is Brain Cancer Awareness Month. Today is DIPG Awareness Day. So I wanted to put that out there. And I wanted to, you know what? Lansing did something right there, okay? They went and volunteered to go along with the DIPG Awareness Day. We are a state that recognizes it. So to the people in Lansing, for that much at least, I say thank you. Because, like I said, I've lost a lot of, you know, there's a lot of children who die from DIPG. And a close friend of mine passed away, you know, and I had a hard time dealing with that. I still kind of have a hard time dealing with it because, you know, he was a very good buddy of mine, and he was only 9 years old. So, but today is DIPG Awareness Day. I just wanted to put that out there for those of you who may not have known. And if it's not DIPG Awareness Day in your state, I would advise you or encourage you to contact your government and push the initiative to become a state that supports DIPG Awareness Day, because it's very essential. Awareness is always important, no matter what it is or what, you know, which disease it is. I'll admit, I'm not much of a farmer when it comes to, you know, like muscular dystrophy or multiple sclerosis or any other disease. But if you talk about childhood cancer, I'll plant you a crop easily. So get the word out. Let's see. I've been here for about 45 minutes. So not exactly an hour yet. We're going to be closing in on an hour here in about 20 minutes. But my week was pretty good, actually. Despite all the bullshit going on in the world, week was pretty good. We did go to Saginaw yesterday. I kind of treated myself a little bit. Got myself something that I've been wanting for a while. And, yeah, we went. And then visited with some cousins of mine. You know, you got to see people. You know, you can't be a prisoner. You got to be able to see people. Like Dad, Amy, and I, we all live together in the same house. If I'm sick, I don't leave. And what I have is seasonal allergies because my sinuses are constantly draining, which makes it difficult to talk. And my cup is empty. No. There's a hole in the bottom of my cup, which makes it difficult to speak because my sinuses are constantly draining. Drink it black. Drink her black. But not everybody has COVID. Seasonal allergies, like today we're expecting rain. It's very damp outside. It's kind of damp, damp in here. We're supposed to be getting like 2 or 3 inches of rain. We're supposed to get a lot of rain. Midland, they're predicting about 5 inches of rain. So if you live in Midland, Michigan, be prepared because you're expected to get a lot of rain. And I think, matter of fact, I think it's raining right now. Is it raining out? Because it sounds like it's tapping on the air conditioner here, on the AC unit. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about, and I really kind of went off on a tangent there. But I want to be safe, but at the same time,
It ain't raining.
because it sounds like it's raining.
No.
I want everybody to be safe. Thank you. I want everyone to be healthy. Might as well say hi. You're on camera now.
What's up?
I want everybody to be safe. I want everybody to be healthy. But at the same time, I understand sitting home is not something that people are best equipped at doing, because you got to get out and get some fresh air, which is fine. You know, get out and get some fresh air. Go for a ride. You know?
And I don't understand, Jared, now that you're on the subject,
Yeah.
I don't understand why they give us a curfew after 9 o'clock. That's when people are usually in bed and there's nobody out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
People driving around, they're not going to get it.
You're in your own car. It's not going outside your car.
Right.
Who else is going to touch your doorknob or your steering wheel or your shifter? Who else is going to do that? If you're by yourself, especially. No one else is touching it but you.
Woman I seen coming out of Frank the other day. She has that mask on. She comes out, okay, takes your cloth, wipes your handle off on the door, open the door, wipes off the back door, after she put her groceries in, gets in and she takes it and wipes it off on the inside of the steering wheel. Does that make any sense? Then pulls the gloves off. Does that make any sense?
I don't understand it. It's like they tell you don't touch your face. It's my face. I'll touch my own face if I want to touch my own face.
I touch myself.
And I think the logic behind that is because if you sneeze because if you sneeze in your hand, you're already, the contagion's already there. The germs are just, they tell you don't shake hands. Well, if I'm not shaking hands and if I touch what does it matter if I touch my face if you're telling me not to shake somebody's hand?
What if you wear glasses?
Yeah.
And you got to take your glasses off.
Guilty.
Got,
My fingerprints are all over my glasses. Not the lens, but all over my glasses.
yeah, so what good does that do? It gets into your tear ducts.
If it's gonna get me, it's gonna get me. That's all I can say about it. I can't run from it. Nobody can run from it.
Worry, Dr. Potter. I'm sure it's going to do.
I'm gonna change the subject for again.
For again?
For again.
Okay.
What?
I want to thank both of you for celebrating Mother's Day for me.
Okay. Well, you're welcome.
You got me the York peppermint patties.
And she got the sensation, but go
Yes,
ahead.
I did. And Dad got me a shirt that says "Never Quit."
That's what it
Yep.
is.
And
Quit.
I talked to my mom for 4 hours on the phone.
Yeah.
It was an okay conversation till the end, where she pissed me off.
That's every day, isn't it?
No, because I don't talk to her every day.
No,
But
that's usually what happens, though.
yeah,
Duffy.
we have productive conversations right up until the very end. She's got I love you, Mom, but some of the shit you say is really stupid, and it's just pointless. It's pointless to say.
It's irritating to you.
You know? Like, there's no reason for you to talk about certain things. Because you know I'm going to get mad, or you know I'm going to get frustrated, and you bait an argument. Well, I'm too grown for that. I love you, but please, stop trying to bait an argument. You say stupid stuff that gets me irritated. Like his dad. Says stupid shit all the time. To my dad, to my Uncle Tim, to Uncle Danny, Aunt Cheryl, and to me. And I'm just a grandson. You say stupid shit to me, it's going to fire back. I love my mom, I love my grandpa, but I don't have to listen to the bullshit. And I'm not going to. From here on out, no more. That's it. You say something stupid, I'm going to fire back, and if you don't like it, too fucking bad. Oh, hi.
Hello, Jared. Again for the second time.
But to be able to talk to Mom on Mother's Day, okay, that was great. 4-hour conversation, that was awesome. I cherish, and please don't get the wrong idea that I hate talking to my mom. I love talking to my mom. My mom's not going to be around forever. My dad's not going to be around forever. So I cherish as many moments as I can with my parents because they're not going to live forever. But while we're still communicating and while we're still able to talk, can we not take the stroll down memory fucking lane every time we talk because it's painful? Why do we need to reopen? Okay, I talk about cancer a lot, childhood cancer. It upsets Mom and Dad. And I know it does. But the reason I talk about it and the reason I bring it up is because what I have gone through could potentially help somebody else currently going through it.
You want to give awareness to somebody
I'm not living in the past. I'm not saying, oh yeah, it's another day. I had cancer when I was a kid. I'm not stuck in the past. I'm using my past experiences to help someone else who's currently going through the similar situations.
The parents that's going through it.
Yes, the parents too.
talk to me.
Your kid's taking chemo. I understand what chemo is. They're taking radiation. I understand what radiation is. My body has been through that. But with some people, they just, I don't know why. They live in the past and they relive old memories, painful memories, that they are stuck in an everlasting childhood, that they cannot break free from that. Why are we still talking about something that happened in
I
1976?
talk about things that happened back then, but those were the good times.
Yeah, the good times I don't mind.
Good things we talk about.
But,
My
well,
situation, Jared, is my real dad. I try to find out things from
Yeah.
him,
yeah.
and I don't know. You'll have to go to so and so.
He just won't tell you anything. That's the problem.
But see, like,
But there are things that I do remember from when I was younger.
yeah. And I wasn't talking about you, Amy. It's,
I know.
I love having conversations.
It's hard on me.
Yeah, I love having the conversations with my mom, okay? I love talking to mom, but the things that, you know, she talks about how difficult it was growing up. Okay, that's interesting to know, but
That's why Dad works his ass off.
I'm not talking about when you and mom were married. I'm talking about when she was a child, you know, when she was growing up through the years. It was a rough life.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate that. I really and truly appreciate that she's sharing all of this with me.
Getting it off her chest. So
However, every time we talk, it is the same thing over and over and over again. Mom, I love you, but those days are gone. You gotta let it go. There's nothing you can do about it now. She talks about things that have happened to me.
Yeah.
Okay? Yes, every so often I think back to the things that I can remember, the things that I can recall. Personal things, by the way. But I'm not stuck in that in 2020. The things that happened to me totally fucking sucked. But I'm not living there still. I've moved on beyond it.
Live in the past or live in the future.
Today, my life is not perfect. Nobody ever lives a perfect life. You can make yourself look perfect on social media and you can look good for the photo op. But guess what? No one has it perfect. No one has a good life.
Nobody's perfect.
But what I try to do is I use my experiences to help other people go through their similar situations. What happened to me and other things not relating to childhood cancer that I'm not going to delve into here, I've moved beyond that. I'm not stuck in the same position. I've moved on with my life. I'm living the happiest, most productive life I can. I help people when I can. And that feels good. It feels great. I love helping people. And I don't get into specifics anywhere because the people that I help, they know who they are, they know who I am, and they know how I've helped them. And that's all that matters. The whole world doesn't need to know what the fuck I do.
If it's just talking to them, that's fine, because they listen and they want to...
I help in many ways. Many ways. But, you know, there are some things that happened, which I get. I understand. I got that. I remember you telling me, why are you still stuck in that path? That's gone forever. Grow from that. You know, like childhood cancer. I'm not stuck in the past, but there are things that I would like to know. I'm trying to improve my education or improve my awareness of what I had gone through so I can help other people. I'm not living in the past. I'm living for today. I love the person I become. I love the fact that I have grown into a certain level of maturity, which I wish I could say that for a lot of other people. Because when I'm at the point now where if someone treats me like crap, yes, intuitively, as a human being, I kind of want to know why. Why did you treat me like crap? And if your response is a silent treatment, well, you know what? Acting like a spoiled, selfish, entitled fucking brat might have been cute to your parents when you were 11, but when you're an adult, it's not a good look. It's time to grow the fuck up and start acting like an adult. If someone is inquiring or trying to find out why you treated them like crap, why don't you just be an adult and have a conversation? Think that's possible? Are you capable of that? Or are you still stuck in an everlasting childhood where I can treat you like shit and I don't have to tell you why? Fuck off, if that's the case. You know, if I treat someone a certain way and they ask me why did you treat me this way, I will be adult enough and explain what my reasoning was, because I'm not a douchebag. I'm an adult. And where there's no communication, the problems never get solved. So, and that's all I want to do. If there's a problem, I want to resolve it. And that's the kind of adult that I've become. I have matured so much since I was 13 and started writing journals. Because when I was 13, I'll tell you what, life was different. Life was different when you're a teenager, but when you're an adult, oh, everything changes. And Dad and I were just having this conversation last week. We went for a walk along the creek down here, Pickerel Creek down here. And Dad and I were having this very sentimental conversation about, you know what, Dad? I'm starting to understand what you and Mom have been telling me all these years. The older you get, the more your appreciation for life increases. Like, my perception of reality has changed so much. The shit that I used to take for granted when I was 15 years old, now that I'm almost 34, oh, that's changed. I love everything. I love the birds. I love the squirrels. I love sunsets. I love trees. I love everything there is to love and appreciate in this life, because you're only going to get one shot at it. And when your life is done, it's done forever.
For instance, Jared.
Yeah.
That day Jay was with us.
Yeah.
And he's shooting that bird.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, wow, look at that.
We pulled off to the side of the road so he could take a picture of the bird. That's appreciation for life.
It was an eagle.
Yeah.
He said, oh, look at that. That was so pretty. Wow.
If you can't appreciate life while you have it, and you're just taking everything for granted, well, that's on you. But those of us who've grown and we've matured, and we live like a kind of a philosophical lifestyle, we understand what it means to appreciate everything around us. Hey, you.
Quit.
Scruffy.
Hey, quit. Come here. Come here.
But that was kind of my point. That grown people are always going to act grown, and they're going to be mature. And those people who think, well, I can treat you any way I want, and I don't have to tell you why, I don't have to give an explanation as to why I treat you like shit, you're probably a shitty person anyway. And it comes to a point where, you know what, then I don't really care what happens to you. Deep down, I might, because you're still a human being, a fellow human, and I wouldn't want to treat you in any way that you would treat me, or that you have treated me, because in life, you get what you give, and I hope that when I give love and respect, that I at least get something back in return. I hope to get back what I put out. So if you're treating me like shit, I want to know why, because I never treated you or anyone else like shit. That's kind of the point. It's a long-winded, rigmarole of thoughts and opinions, but it's frustrating to be an adult and to see other adults acting like children.
Acting like 2-year-olds.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, and it's repugnant in ways that are immeasurable. Grow the fuck up. That's really all I'm saying. But guys, I have been here for, now looking at it, over an hour, and it's going to take all day to upload this video. So I'm going to wrap it up there. by saying grow the fuck up. Dad, Amy, any last words?
Yeah, be safe out there and get along with your neighbors, talk to them, say hi once in a while on the streets to people. Instead of putting your nose up in the air, say hi, how are you doing? Wear your mask.
Or they
How
tell
you
you,
doing?
wash your hands.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many PSAs about hand washing in my life until COVID.
Yeah, just like this guy said. This woman said, well, I've been washing my hands for so long. Could I take a bath now or shower? That's dumb.
They teach you how to wash your hands when you're 3.
Yeah.
Why in hell do they still have PSAs about hand washing when you're an adult? Stop! The fact that we have PSAs in 2020 for adults, not only is it frightening, but it's kind of strange. Like, I like to know, because now hand washing is such a trend, hygiene is such a trend. Ugh. What was it like before all this was going on? I don't want to know. I really don't. Amy, any last words?
Peace out, be safe.
And my final words are, today is DIPG Awareness Day. May is Brain Cancer Awareness Month. Show your support. And be safe and healthy out there. And I will catch you next week, which is the 24th, I think. If my math is correct, I think it's May 24th. Yeah. Aunt Cheryl's birthday and Grandma Martha's birthday. So much love to all of you. Happy birthday, Rosie. Yesterday was your 40th birthday. That was my cousin who turned 40 yesterday. So much love. And dogs, hey,
Guppy,
enough. Stop. Come on, boys.
this way,
I think they're good now. Peace out. Take care.